Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about the attachments of the MP7. I haven't used this gun in a long time, and I just started using it this past week because I wanted to mix it up, and I think this is still a really good SMG, and I think it's still a really good option. So we're going to check that out. Also, make sure to check out the gameplay video that I'm going to put up the MP7 to kind of see how to maximize its potential and how to use it. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into the attachments. But if you find this video helpful in any way, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the attachments. As you can see here, this is definitely going to be a fast, aggressive type build, and it's geared towards strafing speed and hip fire. I love the hip fire a lot when I'm in close quarters. So let's go and talk about the attachments individually. So Modern Warfare guns, this one's a given. Monolithic suppressor, keep off the map, and it gives you damage range, helps out a little bit with that. And then I put on a 5 milliwatt laser. It's going to help significantly with tightening up your hip fire spread, and it's going to help with your sprint to fire speed, so you can get your gun up and shooting as fast as possible from sprinting. And then to top off the sprint to fire speed, I put on the stippled grip. So this thing shoots ridiculously fast from a walk or a sprint because I pair those two attachments together, and it also helps with your ADS, so that's a bonus. And I mainly play trios for the most part in quads, so I put on the 60 round mag. But if you're playing solos or duos, 50 round mag can be perfectly just fine, and it'll help with your ADS a little bit more. Then the cherry on top, for the stock, I put on the TAC Ultralight because this stock's going to help with your strafing left to right. So, like I said, this is a build towards hip firing and strafing left to right and real close quarters, getting in your enemy's face. So that's what this build is geared towards. But obviously, if you want to switch some things out, you could take off like the rear grip, and you could put on an underbarrel if you wanted to. Usually the Merc 4 grip for SMGs for the Modern Warfare gun's a good way to go because it helps with the recoil control and it tightens up your hip fire even more. But with the MP7, it's always had great recoil. It still has great recoil, so I personally don't even need anything to help with recoil. I don't. So I mean, that's totally your call. I don't think you need an underbarrel at all, but if you want one, that'd probably be the way to go. But another popular choice is obviously a barrel, but like I said, I want to use mine as really close as possible. Usually for this particular gun, I'm using 20 meters in. More specifically, I really like to use it 15 meters in. But with the barrels, two choices here pretty much. You can go with the Strike or the Recon. As far as the Recon, it's going to slow down your ADS even more, so you're going to aim even slower, and it's going to hurt your movement speed. But it's going to give you that recoil control. But once again, I don't feel like you need the recoil control because the bare bones gun has really good recoil. So I think the Strike's the way to go. It's going to give you that damage range and bullet velocity, and it's not going to hurt your ADS as much. And then there's no movement penalty at all. So yeah. If you want to, that's two different ways you can go there. You, like I said, you can take off the rear grip if you don't want that, or you take off the stock, or you can take off the 5 milliwatt laser if you don't like his hip fire as much. But definitely give this build a try. But this fast aggressive build. But if you want to mix it accordingly, go for it. All right. So how to use the MP7 with my current build. Like I said, this is going to be a really fast aggressive using it at close quarters. Unfortunately, with the MP7, bare bones, the drop-off is around 10 meters according to True Game Data, which is a really reliable source. They do an awesome job over there with like time to kill and showing the gun statistics and effective range, damage range and all that. So unfortunately, bare bones drops off at 10. You add the monolithic suppressor, it extends it basically to 12 meters. So yeah, it's really dropping off with my build. Like I said, if you don't feel comfortable, feel free to swap something out and put a barrel on that'll extend it some more. So that's kind of the knock on the MP7 is the drop off for the effective range. But with the accuracy, yeah, you'll have to shoot some more shots in them, but at least it's pinpoint. You'll be able to shoot it really easily, around that 20 meter range. Once you start shooting them like 20 plus meters, I mean, you got to put quite a few bullets in them. So definitely use this gun 20 meters in. But yeah, like that 12 meters in, this thing flies. It's fast. You can get shots off first before somebody will start shooting you. You can really get some surprise shots on them. That was kind of the fun part about using this gun. So definitely make sure you're really comfortable using your other primary, around 20 plus meters. So you still got to use your primary close-ish type range. So just be prepared with that with this one. But like I said, you can extend it a little bit more with a barrel, but I didn't think it was really worth it to extend it just a couple more meters. I just wanted to kit this one really fast. But yeah, let's go ahead and give this one a try and let me know what you think. So the rating for the MP7, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's definitely balanced, but I don't think it's quite meta. I've had some really good gameplay with it just because it's really easy to control. It's really, like I said, fast, especially the way I kit it. It's fast. You can surprise a lot of enemies. It's easy to do jump shots into hip fire and then the ADS, and then you can do like slide shots. You can strafe left to right at a pretty fast speed. So yeah, it can excel up close, but yeah, the downfall is the time to kill drops off significantly really fast, and I think that's the big knock on the MP7. But even if you do get caught to where you got to shoot it 20 plus meters or 30 meters or whatever, at least it's really accurate and easy control, and that's without an underbarrel. If you put an underbarrel on it, it'd be ridiculously easy to control. That's how I used to build it in my old builds, and it was really easy to control then, but I just wanted to make it faster, so that's why I didn't use the underbarrel. But yeah, that's the big knock is the time to kill drops off. So I think that's a pretty good place for it. It's balanced right now. All right, guys, that sums up the MP7. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section of what my build is. Definitely check out that gameplay. Also, make sure to port her up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.